What's going on, boyos? Welcome back to another boyos video. It's Boyo Allen. I'm here with Boyo Jace,
Yes, sir.
and we're doing a tier list of all the Nintendo franchises ever. So let's get straight into it.
Supposedly.
All right, Boyo Jace. We're starting off with Advance Wars. Now, what do you know about
I
Advance Wars?
I know absolutely nothing.
Me neither. If
I do
any,
know they just got remakes recently on the Switch, but that's as far as I know.
okay.
So
If anybody knows
great start.
anything about Advance Wars, let us know in the comments. Okay, Animal
I do
Crossing.
know it's like a strategy tank game, kind of. I think kind of like Fire Emblem a little bit,
Oh, okay.
a little something like that. I'm not sure.
Okay, what do you think about Animal Crossing, Boyo Jace?
Animal Crossing, I played a little more of. Not, I don't own any of them, but I've played them a little bit. Animal Crossing, it's a simple sandbox game. Uh, there's some very annoying things I know about it, like you have to keep talking to this person all the time, and it could just be very annoying to get right into the game, take forever to start. But
Facts.
it's just a simple, fun game. You get to, you need to let it cook. I
Very
would say.
popular,
So
yeah, very popular franchise. I think as a whole, the Animal Crossing franchise for me probably goes around B tier. But what do you think?
I think that's fine. I mean, when it starts, you don't have much to do. You have to like get everything going. But
Yeah,
then once you gradually start playing more, you have more and more stuff in your town, and yeah, I know. I've heard a lot about a lot of people who just play it infinitely every day. So
yeah, exactly. Like it must be good to some degree.
right,
Okay, Bayonetta.
does this even count as a Nintendo property?
I think so.
I mean, I guess it was like exclusive on Nintendo products for a little bit, but it's not anymore. So
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. For me personally, Bayonetta, I have not played Bayonetta games. I
nope.
only know her from Smash Bros. So
I have the first one, but I never played it. I don't. I haven't even played her in Smash Bros. Barely.
yeah, I
So
think we're gonna put her in. I don't know, probably.
yep.
Um,
Donkey Kong though.
Oh, Donkey Kong, bro. Okay, what do you think? What do you think, bro?
I assume this includes the Donkey Kong Return series, right?
It includes that. It includes the what are those games called with the little mini robot Mario's running around? It includes all of
Yeah.
those.
I never replayed those,
Oh,
but the Donkey Kong Return games, ooh, that's
those
at
will
least an A
peak.
tier for
And you
me.
know what? I did play the little robot Mario games on the DS when I was a kid, bro. Whoo, those were fun. So yeah, this got to be
Yeah,
A. It's got to be A
at least A for sure.
at least. All right,
Dr. Mario.
Doctor Mario. What
Uh,
do we think? What do we think?
I mean, as a franchise itself, not a lot of games. It's kind of just one game. It's kind of like
Yeah,
Tetris. You can't really do a lot of crazy different stuff with it, probably. So it's a simple puzzle game. And for a puzzle game, it's not my favorite, but it's still a good one. Um,
yeah.
I mean, that's at least maybe around B, C tier for me.
For me,
Maybe C
yeah,
tier.
I'd say it's probably C tier just because of like the amount of games it's got. It's not really a lot, you know. So
Dr. Mario and
like,
Dr. Luigi. That's about it.
yeah. Um. Okay, I think we're gonna move on to Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Fire Emblem. I haven't played a lot of them. I played Three Houses the most, but I haven't finished it. Uh, I would like to get into it more, but it's just I don't like playing on the Switch, so I just don't play it very often.
Yeah.
Uh, fun RPG, fun tactical RPG. If you like turn-based RPGs, this is a solid game. I played the Game Boy Advance remastered or whatever Fire Emblem for a little bit. Also some good fun. There's a lot of games in this franchise, but the gameplay is all pretty much the same. It's just different characters. Definitely a solid franchise.
Yeah. I have never
Um,
played a Fire Emblem game, but I want to, and I do have one on my DS. I still haven't played yet.
Based on my experience, I can't put it with Donkey Kong tier. It had to
Yeah.
be B tier
Yeah.
for
I'm
me.
thinking B
So
tier, and honestly, I'm thinking low key. This might offend people. I'm thinking B tier above Animal Crossing. Like me personally, I think
right,
Fire Emblem's cooler than Animal Crossing. That's just me.
right, and they added relationships. You could hang out with people. There's
Yep.
activities to do, kind of like Persona.
Oh,
Um,
we love Persona.
yep.
If there's one
Uh,
thing we love, it's Persona.
I could see Fire Emblem becoming an S or an A tier for me if I played it more. So
True. Yeah, me too. Honestly. Okay. What do you know about F Zero?
F Zero, I played a little bit, especially on Nintendo Land. I had the F Zero inspired game. I haven't played like any of the GameCube games though. Some racing, fun little racing game. I really hope they do actually make a new one eventually. But
Yeah.
again, I haven't played every game in the franchise. I've only played like the retro one and the inspired one in Nintendo Land. So,
Yeah, I think like
uh,
as a franchise, the main problem with F Zero is that it kind of like popularity wise isn't the most popular, especially nowadays. So for F Zero, like I'm kind of thinking C tier before or after, and I'm thinking kind of after Dr. Mario. I'm not gonna lie, just because like
hmm,
again we are rating it by franchise, and I do think the F Zero games are cool. Not that I haven't played them, but I think they're cool. But just because like I think at the very least Dr. Mario has had more influence than F Zero, but I think in terms of just overall, they're kind of at that same rank still.
okay. Evan, you could join us and anything to add here, Adam?
Not for F-Zero.
Boyo
Yeah,
Evan has joined us.
fair enough. Fair enough.
I was
Uh,
gonna,
What
I was
about
gonna
Golden
mention
Sun?
isn't that just one game?
Bayonetta is a Nintendo IP. It is now. The first one wasn't.
There you go.
The new ones are
Oh, okay, fair enough.
two
I
through
see.
2, 3, and then the spin-off that Nintendo made. Those are all Nintendo games.
Okay,
Well, what do you know about Golden Sun?
I
isn't that
know
like
that
one
Golden
game,
Sun
right?
hasn't gotten a game recently.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just one game on the Game Boy
I
Advance,
know
right?
nothing
No,
about it.
there's a DS game, I think.
Oh, okay. So that's what, two games in that case.
Yeah,
Uh,
not a very popular IP.
as an RPG guy, it looks really fun. I do plan on trying it out, but I don't know about it
I
other than that.
I don't know. I guess we'll just put it in. I don't know. I don't
I
think we
hear it's
know
really
enough
good, but I
to
haven't
make a
played it yet.
judgment.
So
Yeah. What about Kid Icarus?
okay,
It's got two
this
games.
is also only two games.
Yeah,
The original one on the NES, which is whatever, it's not a crazy popular NES game, I don't think, but it's still like one of the more known ones. And then we have
it's
Kid
in the
Icarus
Mario movie.
Uprising, which I never played on the 3DS. Which again, a lot of people here is really good. But I've only played the retro one. I don't see how the franchise got three characters in Smash Bros. Honestly,
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I mean,
Where do you think we put it here?
I played the retro one, but again, everybody talks about Kid Icarus Uprising, so I feel like it would be I don't know in that
I
case.
honestly, I'm pretty sure Kid Icarus Uprising is the only one they like. All
Right.
three characters in Smash Bros. Plus all the lore behind them are
It's
all
based
from
on that
Uprising.
game.
Literally, the designs, everything are from Kid Icarus Uprising. I don't
Right.
know how they managed to get squeezed three characters out of one game on the 3DS, but
The game just came out around that time. Sakurai was in charge of it, so like he was like, "Oh, I could easily just put these characters in this game."
Yeah.
yeah, it feels like those characters like Dark Pit does not feel like a villain for one game.
Right.
Dark Pit feels like what like Wario and is to Mario, like a
Yeah.
Yeah.
not like a main villain, but like somebody that returns in every once in a while in one of the games.
Antagonistic
But
character.
yeah,
Okay. I see. I see.
Where does it
Also-
go? That's the question. Where does it go?
I haven't played Uprising. I can't
I
say how
also
fun
I
it is.
have not played Uprising. I don't know if you've looked at the physical prices for any of the games or any Uprising
Yeah.
listing
Right.
on any site, but it's way more than retail.
As expected. Yeah.
The game goes for a lot because a lot of people want it.
The NES game I played, it's not my favorite NES game either. I'd rather play other NES games. Uh, I mean, if it wasn't freaking Uprising, it would probably be in D tier for me. But like, I never played Uprising, which I know is really good apparently. So it might be just I don't know, since most of us just
Yeah.
haven't played
That's what
Yeah,
I'm thinking
main-
too.
That works.
the main game people play.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
Kirby, though.
respectfully we put it there. Okay. What do we think
Kirby.
about Kirby?
Kirby is at least an A tier for me.
Yeah, I would agree.
Even though I haven't played like nearly all the games, I haven't even played the new 3D one they released. Kirby is just a fun platformer game
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
around.
Absolutely. No arguments. And
Nope.
the fact is, especially, something to keep in mind while we're ranking the franchises, is this isn't just games. This is franchises as a whole, and Kirby is massively popular
Has a lot
to
of
this
games, too.
day. Yeah.
You know, Kirby has a manga and an anime adaptation.
Yeah. I mean,
So
there you go. A tier. I think that's very right. All right.
yeah,
Luigi's
Luigi's
Mansion.
Honestly,
Classic.
I will say I've played all three Luigi's Mansion games. I hope they make another one. I want to say this is an S. I want to hear what you guys have to say first.
I
But
love.
honestly, it's a classic. A
Yeah,
go-to must-play for any Nintendo console.
I love the first game. I played that one the most. That and I played Luigi's Mansion 2 as a lot on the 3DS, but
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
it's as good as the first one all around. Third one, I haven't finished. I've only played a little bit, but the third one's really fun so far. So definitely a solid franchise. Like Luigi's Mansion 2 is not a bad game. I just found the first one to be a lot more, interesting or fun.
yeah.
Um, Especially as like a horror fan, and the first game's actually pretty creepy and whatnot. Um, they're all pretty much the same kind of gameplay wise. They're not very diverse. I mean, a few of them have multiplayers. 2 and 3 have multiplayer. Uh, I can't remember. 3 takes place in a hotel. 2 is just a bunch more mansion. Yeah, 2 just wasn't as interesting to me. Um,
Yeah.
Especially with like the ghost types. I mean, I guess it was easier to have more combat and whatnot,
Hmm.
but like, I just didn't find it as interesting as the first one. I don't know. So I would say like A tier, probably, because they're all great games. Um,
I would say high A. I'd advocate for high A.
right.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Like,
I think that's fair as a high
yeah,
A tier for the franchise. Yeah, for sure.
From what I
Luigi's
played, I
Mansion
feel
One
like.
by
Or
far
is it?
the best one.
Yeah,
Honestly,
Yeah.
one is by far the best. I think the second one's by far the worst.
yeah. I
I
see
think
no
it's
reason to
really
play the
good.
second one.
I think it's really good, but I think instead of having the open world, because the 3DS had limits for what it could do, instead of
Hmm.
having the open world one like the first game did, it decided to go for mission based, and I don't really think mission based fits the Luigi Mansion for that format. So
Right.
that's why I think the third one did it excellently with having probably a combination between the two. You have like shorter themed floors instead of one huge mansion that's like pretty much all the same. So you
Yeah.
have like shorter themed floors, like the different mansions in the second game, but the open world exploration and everything you can do, like the first game, it combines them really well. I don't think it lives up to the first game's hype. Uh, it is a launch title for the GameCube, but I it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had a choice between the second or third one, the second one you shouldn't even have to play. The third one is clearly better.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
I
know why
wouldn't
they're
say
selling for
that.
the same price as the third game for the Switch.
Whoa, I wouldn't go that far. The second one's still a really good play. It's just like not as good as the other two. So play the
Right.
other two for sure. Play all of them actually.
Yeah, Luigi's
Great
Mansion is
series.
just good, just good. Yeah.
It's a solid. Yep.
Okay, Mario and Luigi.
I probably have the most experience with this one as well.
Hmm.
I've played so far. I've played 2 Mario and Luigi games, which might be more than you two.
I
I've
Uh,
played Dream Team like probably halfway through. I don't think I've ever finished it.
yeah,
I
I've
will
heard that one hit
say
7 hours worth of cutscenes and
oh
tutorials.
yeah.
So,
Hmm.
I have the most experience with Bowser's Inside Story. I haven't
I played that
beat
one
it
a little bit too.
yet,
Yeah.
but I made it
mhm.
pretty far.
I have played all the way through Superstar Saga and Partners in Time, which are the first 2 games chronologically.
Hmm.
I'm currently going through Bowser's Inside Story, uh, but honestly, I really like this series. I think it's high B, low A, maybe better.
Yeah. From what I played, I think I prefer Paper Mario more from what I played so far. So
Is Paper Mario on here?
It is, yeah.
yes, it
We'll
is.
get we'll get to we'll get to Paper Mario.
Yeah, it's just like they're kind of similar, RPG for most of the games, and
Yeah. Here's my thing. I think as a franchise, Mario and Luigi being below Kirby is kind of fair.
yeah, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah,
Maybe we can even put Kirby higher. I don't
You know
know.
what? I
'Cause,
think we need to do this. I
fair
think
enough.
that's what needs to be done, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. What about Mario Kart?
Mario Kart. So these are all. I think there's no bad Mario Kart game
Absolutely.
really. Like the worst one would be, I
uh,
guess, the simpler one, which people still like. Like Mario Kart Advance or Super Mario Kart. But then you have Mario Kart 8, which is like you can't beat. You have like Sonic Racing and other kart racing games. They can't beat Mario Kart.
I
They're
think
not
Yeah.
as good as far by far. Uh, I don't know. It's like you have regular racing games and you have Mario Kart. You know,
Yeah.
which one would you rather play right now?
Shoot, Mario Kart over any racing game that
That's it.
I
Yeah.
have. Yeah.
Even compared to other racing games, Mario Kart is like way up there.
Is is the peak tier reserved for one slot?
I don't know.
I think the peak tier we reserve 3 franchises.
I
Three of
think
three
Mario
things
Kart's
on
peak.
here.
Mario Kart is
Right.
peak.
I gotta say it. I think it is too. I think Mario Kart. It's literally the game that's included with the console like half the time. And why is that the
Yeah,
case?
It
Because
is
it's
on every
so
console.
good.
Right.
Everyone loves Mario Kart.
and unlike something like Luigi's Mansion or a Kirby game or like Bayonetta,
Hmm.
you can pick up Mario Kart with anybody anywhere and you'll still have a good time.
Oh yeah, and
Right.
anybody would be down to play Mario Kart. Like
Yeah,
genuinely, it's just it's
people who don't play games will play Mario Kart with you if you ask.
yeah, no, literally, yeah. Mario Kart, it has to be peak. It has to be.
Right.
100% one of the peak.
Now Mario
Mario Party
Party,
though, this is a little different.
it
This is a
is.
different story.
I mean, it is still on every console pretty much. So
Yeah.
It is.
you're
And
still
it is
like
good.
able to play Mario Party. It is so fun with friends. By yourself, I mean with Mario Kart you could at least like grind for stuff or like practice and like still have fun racing. But like Mario Party by yourself, it just doesn't feel right.
And then
You
like
to play this game.
there was a mid period like Mario Party 9,
That too.
Mario Party 9 on the Wii, the 3DS games. Like there was just like a Mario Party deficit, and it just
Yeah.
wasn't good.
Yeah, if it wasn't a
Uh,
Mario Party, you could play on a console with multiple people. It's not worth your
Yeah.
time
No,
at all,
absolutely.
really.
Absolutely.
I think because of like Mario Party started out really good, 1, 2, 3, really good. It kept getting better. When it switched to handheld, it started getting a little worse. And then like towards the end of the Wii, beginning Wii U, it was just like dry.
Yeah.
If this
and
is strictly
then-
Mario Party 8, it is peak. Because Mario Party 8 is so good.
Yep.
But
But
9
Mario-
and 10 aren't.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, where do we put it?
I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like there's a lot of parts of me that say, "Oh, wait, I would rather play Animal Crossing or Fire Emblem." But like, but it's super fun with people though. You know, even Mario Party 9 and 10 somewhat are still fun with friends. It's just mostly the mini games now and not the board.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I wanna
Great,
say
great for
PTO.
multiplayer, but single player it is not good at all.
You need friends.
You do. You do.
Right. Maybe like maybe low B tier because of
Yeah,
that.
I want to say B tier. I really do.
Yeah, I think, and here's the thing, like, it's just because it gets weighed down by the not so good installments of the series.
The highs are high, but the lows are low.
Exactly. So it's like it's kind of
Yeah,
right there,
yeah.
smack dab in the middle. It's just got to be. Like, don't get me wrong, we love Mario Party 8. Mario Party 8's one of the best games ever made. But the rest of them, it's like looking at a turd in the middle of a plate of like gold nuggets. You know, it just stands out. It's like this is Mario Party 9. Like, what are we looking at here?
That's not the nugget I'm looking for.
It's got to be there. Okay, Super Mario is peak. Best franchise ever made, ever. Super
Not even
Mario.
including Mario and Luigi, not including Paper Mario, not including Mario Party, not including Mario Kart.
It's
Even
still
just
peak.
the 3D games, the 2D games. I'm trying to think of a bad Mario game
There isn't
that
one.
wasn't.
There
I mean,
isn't
you
one.
could say Mario Typing or Hotel Mario from the older days, I guess. But like, no one cares about those.
No one
And,
cares.
But yeah, Mario Odyssey and Mario Galaxy, Mario 64, which redefined the whole gaming genre pretty much.
Yeah.
And then you have the 2D Mario games, which are just fun. New Mario Wonder recently. I mean, the new Super Mario Bros. Series was kind of just like the same formula over and over again, but it was still fun. Either way.
Oh yeah.
That, and it's all like recognizable characters. It's super colorful. Anybody could play. Everybody recognizes it too, because it's Mario. You can't just go wrong with Mario. Like, I can't think of I mean, I guess what does this include the Mario Sports games? Like, does it? I guess it does because I don't see those anywhere else here.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
it does. It would.
you have like
Yeah.
almost every sport available too in the series. Tennis, soccer, baseball. 3DS had freaking horse racing. Um, yeah, it's just like it's something for everyone, I guess.
Absolutely, dude. And this just the fact that Super Mario as a franchise, it's just no. There's no debate. It's
Hmm.
peak. There is no debate. Okay, but what about
Metroid.
Metroid?
I don't think I haven't played every Metroid game, but I don't think there is a singular bad Metroid game. I don't think.
I agree. I
Yeah,
think Metroid is really good.
You have really good side scrollers and really good first person shooter in this series. Uh, Definitely an A tier for sure from me, even though I haven't played all of them or not. I haven't even played them nearly as much as Fire Emblem. But
Yeah.
I do know they're all great. I hear like Metroid Dread is like probably the best game in the series too. Apparently,
yeah, I heard that. Yeah, honestly, like the whole thing with Metroid is that I haven't played a second of Metroid in my life, and my opinion of Metroid is still positive because of how much good people have said about the Metroid series, and that says
that
something, you know?
and it influenced like it said Metroid that and Castlevania inspired so many games.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Metroidvania that's a
Yeah.
whole genre named after
Woo.
Metroid, pretty much.
Yeah.
I've also completed and speedran Metroid, Super Metroid. I've played Metroid Dread. I've played part of
Hmm.
Metroid Fusion. I played part of the Metroid Samus Returns, which is the remake of the second game for the 3DS. I will say though, I definitely prefer 2D Metroid versus Prime. That's just my personal preference, though. I just really like the 2D style a lot more
Hmm.
with a lot of these games, uh, like
Yeah,
Zelda. But we'll get to that in a second.
So
I do think Metroid is really good, though. Definitely one of my favorites of the Nintendo
for
franchise.
sure.
we
Classic.
thinking bottom of A? Is that good, or we put it above Mario
A
and
tier is
Luigi?
good.
I want to say it's for me, it's behind Mario and Luigi, but whatever you guys want.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
You know, it's just an opinion, guys.
Honestly, I say we put Kirby in S tier, and then Fire Emblem in A tier, maybe even Animal Crossing. Um, and then maybe even Donkey Kong could go in S tier as well. I feel like
You know what? I mean,
because Kirby already has so many games, and they're all good as far as I played. Donkey Kong, also a lot of really good games.
like that. Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, the
That
only
that looks good to me.
game,
I don't have any arguments.
the only maybe bad game I can think of for Donkey Kong is Donkey Kong Barrel Blast or whatever. But
Yeah.
uh, yeah,
Okay. So, what is Mother? I don't know anything about this.
Earthbound.
that's Earthbound, but I don't know why there's two of
Oh,
them.
Earthbound. Yeah, there's two, so I mean, just get rid of that
I
one.
haven't played the first two uh, Mother games because they're not officially in the US. Pretty much. Well, I think you can play them on online now. I think, but
Yeah, well,
I
you
haven't
can
touched
play
them yet.
Earthbound Beginnings, Earthbound 1.
Right. So
You
that's what
can't
the
play
Mother series.
Mother 3.
I
Mother 3 is
played.
the one that's not localized.
Yeah, I've played Earthbound quite a bit. Really good RPG. Haven't finished it. Like it's a yeah, one of the best turn-based RPGs, especially from back in the day. But again, it's also dollar games I haven't touched at all, and mostly Nintendo's fault, kind of, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh, and they're all it's only like three of them, I think. There is no newer game. Um, might might be a B tier, I guess. Uh,
I want
yeah,
to put in C tier. High
Yeah.
C.
Earthbound is really good. Like like Earthbound is carrying it for me, and also that's also because I haven't played the other ones as well. I don't know how like good they are comparatively, but
Yeah, I agree with Evan. I think High C is
I
proper for
right.
what
played
we have.
a little bit of Earthbound 1. Just the other ones I haven't really touched. And Mother 3 isn't localized.
Right.
So
If Earthbound was on here by itself, it would be like an S A tier game. But the franchise as a whole, it's a C tier. Yeah.
Okay. Paper Mario.
I've enjoyed Paper Mario. I've played more Paper Mario than Mario and Luigi. But lately it has not been getting as much bangers with
Yeah.
Color Splash and Circus Star specifically. Um, well, they even did a crossover with Paper Mario and Mario and Luigi, but that was mostly a Mario and Luigi game.
that was the
Um,
newest Mario and Luigi until Brothership.
yep. Which, by the way, is Brothership even good?
I
I
heard
hear
it was
mixed things on
not
it,
good. I heard it was not good.
so I don't know what's going on there. Uh, so it might be better than Mario and Luigi for me personally, but that's simply because I have more experience. Even with Circus Star, I still had fun with Circus Star and Color Splash, even though the combat is just not nearly as fun as like even Super Paper Mario. I love Super Paper Mario on the Wii.
I did
Uh,
too. I did
even though
too.
that was like a completely different genre, kind of. Um,
Yeah.
but hey, maybe that makes this franchise even better as a whole because it has diverse gameplay through all of them, pretty much.
Yeah, I think Paper Mario as a franchise kind of lands itself somewhere in A tier. Um, I don't know if I'd say it's better than Metroid or Fire Emblem as a whole. Like for me
No,
personally, I'm
Yeah, I
kind of
don't think
thinking
it is.
like right here.
I don't think it is.
I would say Mario and Luigi is probably worse than both of those two. Maybe
No, not even
no.
close.
I do know
No.
Paper Mario is definitely probably like the funniest franchise Nintendo has. Maybe. Um,
Um, maybe about that. For me, Paper Mario, I've played a lot of the first one. I haven't really touched the second one. I absolutely hate Super Paper Mario, uh, for my own personal reasons.
mhm.
Uh, I have Sticker Star. I really like Color Splash, and Origami King is pretty good. I will say though, I really don't like being lied to, and the creator of the Paper Mario series just blatantly lied to everybody, stating after Origami King was released, quote, Paper Mario was never an RPG series to begin with, which is just not true because the first two games definitely are RPGs.
Yeah.
The third one
Yeah.
has RPG elements, but is a platformer instead, and that's why I don't like it. I don't like Super Paper Mario because it changed what Paper Mario was, and from then, Paper Mario hasn't been good
I suppose. Yeah. Um,
because they tried to make it not an RPG series, even though it started as an RPG, definitively an RPG.
yeah. Maybe they just want Martin and Luigi to be like their plain RPG series now, and don't want to have
Exactly what
multiple.
happened.
Maybe.
Mario and Luigi released, and they were like, "This is our Mario RPG, Paper Mario. You're not needed anymore," and they kind of just like did nothing with it.
Right. I don't know. But then
Okay.
they re-released Thousand Year Door though, so that was really good. So
Thousand Year Door was before was that after Mario and Luigi one?
no. I remember they re-released it for the Switch recently. They remastered it.
They did re-release it because Paper Mario's stale and dry, and
Yeah,
they
I
claim
think
it's
they
not an
realized
RPG
how people
series, and
want
then they
this
really
instead.
re-released an RPG.
Okay. Okay. Hold up. Hold up. We're good on that. But what about Pikmin? Because Pikmin goes a D tier. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No,
No,
no, they're all great games.
Pikmin's great. We love Pikmin. Okay, where does it go? Where does it go?
Haven't finished any of them. Haven't played Pikmin 1 or 2, but for now here, all great games. Pikmin 3 was great from what I played. I hear Pikmin 4 is even better, supposedly. Uh, so like maybe even up there with A tier. I want to save S tier for like bigger franchises and like franchises with more diverse games.
Hmm.
Um, so Pikmin definitely up in A tier. Definitely a solid franchise. Um, it's just
Yeah,
that we have so many stuff in A tier. It looks like right now.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot in A, but I mean it's just because like this like it's very good, but like not quite
Right.
S, which is
Yeah, yeah,
understandable.
yeah.
yeah. Me personally, I don't like Pikmin. I don't like how the gameplay is.
Yeah, if you don't like
Um,
the gameplay, then Pikmin doesn't have much to offer
Oh
you.
yeah, no
But
for
yeah,
sure.
it's just it's not my style. I'm not gonna. I wasn't gonna like weigh in my opinion because I haven't played the games. So, or I haven't played the games and the gameplay doesn't really look all too good to me. So
hmm
I was just
Yeah,
gonna let you rank it.
yeah.
So is that where it's going?
Bottom of
Bottom A.
A. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I would even say like Shoot, me personally, I don't think it's better than Animal Crossing. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I would probably put it either
Yeah,
here or even below Mario Party. Like, if it
that's
was
fine
up
with
to
me.
me, right there, is that cool? Is that cool? Are we
Yeah,
good
we
with
gotta
that?
remember this is franchise and not like specific games.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
it
Yeah.
is franchise,
Uh,
which is Paper Mario, in my opinion, is worse than Mario and Luigi.
hmm
That's why it's lower than like Metroid and Fire Emblem, even
Uh,
though like you may like a standout game like
yeah.
Super
Yeah,
Paper Mario for some of you.
As a
Freak,
franchise, I can't disagree that Mario and Luigi
right.
is
yeah.
definitely better.
I would just say like Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario might be like lower than nature just because it has like a lot more not as good games. Um,
Well, for Mario and Luigi, the first three were good, and then the first and third one got remakes, and
mhm,
those were good. It's just like the fourth and fifth games, Dream Team had too much tutorials and was giving you tutorials until the last area of the game.
right.
Uh,
And
and
you had Paper
Paper
Jam
Jam was just kind of mediocre. It wasn't
and
bad. It just wasn't
Brothership
good
is
for
supposedly
crossover.
not good either. Or not that good. Um, Paper Mario, same thing. They had good solid games. I do really like Super Paper Mario, but like I can understand like people not liking it though because it's that different of a game. Um, but then you
I
also
think
have
I still think it killed the Paper Mario franchise.
right, and then
Yeah.
Circus Star just kind of you rather not get into fights because you don't get anything from them. You
Yeah, you
want to
just
save
lose
all your stuff
stickers.
for boss.
You
Yeah,
just lose stickers.
so like why would you? That's like half the game technically that you want to avoid. Um,
Yeah, true.
that and like not any memorable characters really because they're all toads and and a annoying crown thing following you around. I remember Color Smash was actually really funny. I do know like that's why I said like Paper Mario might be like the funniest games in the franchise.
Mhm.
Like I remember the classic Paper Mario having a lot of funny bits. I know Origami King's really funny. I hear from Color Smash. I know was really funny. Sicker Star, I don't know as much, but uh, yeah, I don't know. It's just like it has so many ups and downs. It's like putting it next to Metroid and even Fire Emblem. I feel like we either put Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario lower a tier or Metroid and Fire Emblem higher a tier because of that. I don't know.
We can put Paper Mario at top of B. I think that there's too many games in the series that aren't really great
Hmm.
to justify that. Okay, but that's good. We can move on from that.
Yeah.
Now here, I'm gonna make a new rule before we go on. Okay, because just foreshadowing here. From now on, two things. One, the peak category will not be organized because we will be here for a long time. And two, there can be 5 games in the peak, not just 3.
I'm
Because I
so
think
glad
there's going
you
to be
said that.
5. Okay,
I'm
now
so
moving
glad you
on.
said that.
Pokemon is peak, no discussion.
Jake,
Hold
Jake.
on.
Nope, nope. There's
No,
no.
no,
Jake,
no.
listen
Listen.
to me. I'm the most qualified person to talk
I
about
know.
Pokemon. I have
I
played
know.
every single Pokemon game and completed them. Most of their Pokedex completed. I have played most of them. Not only that, Pokemon is the biggest grossing media franchise in the world. Not only that, the games aren't the only thing in the franchise. You got to think about the cards. You got to think of the spin-offs. You got to
I
think of the
know.
show. You got to think of everything.
I do. Here's the thing
Pokemon
about the
Blue.
games though. Most of the games do not really add anything new
They
for
had
me.
Pokemon. What do you mean, Jake?
Okay, new Pokemon isn't what I'm looking for, alright?
Okay,
There's already plenty of Pokemon for me to catch.
Jace,
um,
Jace, I will take an unpopular opinion here and slightly agree with Jace here because I get what he's saying. I do get what he's saying. There is a lot of repetitiveness in the games. However, as a franchise, it is still undisputedly peak.
yeah.
But I do agree. There is
I'm,
I can understand that perspective. And
yeah.
I can slightly agree with it to an extent.
I have a full living dex on Pokemon Home.
I feel like if you get like
Ever
any
released.
Pokemon game that's on the 3DS or higher, you don't need any other Pokemon game, in my opinion. From what I've played, like they don't
According
have
to
like
your
crazy
okay,
different stories or even gameplay to a certain extent. I know Arceus game is like was what they should be doing. You know,
It's the
they should
best
be
Switch
putting more into
game.
that.
It's the best Switch game.
But even then, it's not like the best game because like they could have done this better. But like it's like a start for something. Wow, this could be. They could build on this and make it even greater because it's basically Breath of the Wild but Pokemon. Like it's like
It was pretty dope, yeah.
yeah.
I will say
Well,
though, I get what you're saying. Like the Switch era for Pokemon is kind of a low point as a whole. Let's Go was kind of lackluster, underwhelming. It's just Pokemon Go but on the Switch.
mhm.
Sword and Shield, when it launched with the DLC, was looked down upon. A lot of people played it, but they were like, "Man, this story's like not as good as some of the other Pokemon games." And honestly, the graphics aren't that good. And then Legends Arceus came out, or no, the next game to be released was Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Uh, that game flopped tremendously. Everybody hated that game because they they wanted remakes that felt the same, but they didn't like how it looked
Mhm.
or that how it was the same. So it's like kind of the fans' fault for wanting that. Legends Arceus came out. And it was really good. I loved it a lot. Uh, Scarlet and Violet was underwhelming. It looked bad. It ran bad. Felt bad to play.
Right.
And then past Scarlet and Violet, we haven't gotten anything else.
Yeah.
But I will say, playing Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield was probably one of the best games on this console for Pokemon.
Yeah. Pokemon is still
Sword
an
and
S tier
Shield
for
looks
me.
so good compared to Scarlet and Violet. It's insane.
Right. It's still S tier for me. It's just the fact that the games they don't just have all the games don't have like anything crazy unique to offer compared to other ones. It's like you could be content with one Pokemon game past like during the 3DS era or past maybe even older too. It's still good. So it's like but then you have all the animes and freaking Pokemon themselves. They're all recognizable. You all want one. Pokemon World is awesome. It's just like the games. They could be doing better. Like they
This
have
includes
so
like
much to do. They have they tried Pokemon fighting games, which if they put a lot more Pokemon in there, that could be even greater. Because there's only like 20 in that game,
something like that in Pokken tournament.
and then you have mobile games which aren't the best from what I've
They have,
played.
I completely forgot about Pokemon Unite, the MMO,
Yeah,
or not the MMO, the MOBA. That's what it is.
right. There's a lot in this franchise to make it S
Yeah.
tier for sure. It's just like
Yeah.
there's also just a lot of same stuff.
Yeah.
I will say the games. Honestly, the games just start falling off during Switch era. The 3DS era, specifically Gen 6, wasn't too stellar, but I think Gen 7 made up for it. I really
Yeah.
like Gen 7. A lot of people like, oh, Gen 7's not that good. I can see why Gen 6 is a little underwhelming, but Gen 7 I think was really good. People are just
Yeah.
like to hate it because of dialogue, but that's like, I guess it's not the point, but it's the point. You know what I mean?
Right. It's just
Uh,
that I didn't grow up on Pokemon and the Pokemon games themselves. I just feel like I'd rather be playing other games because the story isn't super intriguing to me, and all the games just feel the same. But the animes are great. I've watched the animes when I was growing up, at least. But the games themselves, I didn't really grow up playing, and now that I'm older, I'm not a kid anymore. I didn't never got into the franchise as much. I just don't see as much of a reason to play it compared to even other games on this list here.
Yeah, I get that.
More
I
of my
get that
time.
for sure. I get that. Okay.
That's why it's not peak for me. It's at least S tier in my opinion.
Okay.
So
Well, I'll tell you what is S tier, and I won't go down. You know what? We'll put it there. I won't go down
okay.
without dying on this hill.
Now, Alex, I love Punch Out, but remember, this is franchises.
now,
Okay.
Alex, I 100% agree with you. Punch Out is definitely S tier.
It's so good.
But the
So
franchise
good!
itself.
Yes,
Okay,
the
okay.
franchise. Jace, have you played Punch Out NES, Punch Out,
Bro,
Super
just
Punch Out?
like-
Have you played
Yeah.
those?
I've
Have you
had.
played those, Jace?
Yeah.
Those are really good games.
No, but he
They
makes
are.
a good point. He makes a good point. The
As a
franchise,
franchise.
it includes its influence. And when are we getting the next Punch Out game?
Mega
Never!
Max has a Smash Bros. Fighter.
Hey, he
Come
is in
on.
Smash. He's in Smash.
Imagine Imagine if we get a Punch Out game where it's not just boxing. You could have like training. You have training mini games, or like it's like an RPG where you level up and like
No, no, no,
train.
no.
No,
I just want
no.
to box.
Crazy.
I want to kill Don
Fair enough.
Flamenco with an infinite combo again.
Definitely like probably not the most realistic punching game, boxing game specifically
No.
you could play, but
No, of course not.
iconic characters that are kind of stereotypes, I guess. But the characters are fun. The game is fun.
I can forgive them.
Right. Punch Out Wii especially is obviously the best in the franchise.
Obviously, way better.
It's just like, this all technically is still the same game, mini game kind of. Still game. Super Punch Out and like Punch Out Wii are like crazy different gameplay.
Well, Super Punch Out is pretty different.
And that is just not a big franchise. It's like you really want to put it up there with Kirby and Donkey Kong.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Wait. What about Rhythm Heaven though? What do we think? What do we think about Rhythm Heaven?
How many
I
games does this
haven't
franchise have?
Played most of it,
Me neither.
but
Isn't this
I
like a
don't-
DS only franchise? I can't remember. I think it's on Wii.
no, it's Wii. There's one on the Wii. There's Fever on the Wii.
I never
It's
played it, and I
definitely
actually don't know much about it.
Not do that again.
It might be, I don't know, unless you guys played it.
I played
What?
it. I played it, and I'll say I enjoyed it. I think as a franchise, it lands somewhere in C tier though. But
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
I think we just kind of throw it there, and
It's not bad. And
No,
I like the
absolutely.
music in it. It's just like I haven't played most of it, and there's like not really any new games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's hard to get into something that's only on the DS and Wii.
yeah, oh for sure. Now, I think we all know where Super Smash Brothers going.
Yeah, D tier.
Come on now,
I don't know tier.
it's going to peak tier
Yeah,
because
thought we're keeping it at
Smash
3.
is so good. No. Remember, I said we're moving it to 5. We're
5.
allowing 5 in peak tier, but only 5.
it's because he saw something else that he wants to put in peak. I wonder what it is.
Yeah, I wonder what it could
that's,
be.
Here, we should think of this as like, okay, let's rank every game. Where would we put every game if this was like a game tier list? Where would we put classic Super Smash Bros. 64? Probably B tier for me. Fun fighting game, but simple, nothing crazy. Then we have Super Smash Bros. Melee, which a lot of people consider to be the best one, right?
Yeah,
Might be S tier. Then you have Super Smash Bros. Brawl, I think, on this Wii, right?
Yeah.
I think that was the one.
Yep.
Which not
Yep.
as much people like as much, but you still, this is a franchise this is a fighting game with all these different characters and a story mode, a better story mode, probably.
Peak.
I wanna say it did introduce Sonic to the game.
Right. The story mode is probably better. You could probably consider it better than the one we have for Ultimate. Because it has cutscenes and they actually interact with each other, which is something you want a crossover game to do.
Yeah.
That's like my main critique for Super Smash Bros. You have all these characters, but you don't get to see them interact with each other much.
Sure. I think that Smash Brothers, especially in Ultimate, the story, there's just so much potential, and I feel like they didn't really fully grasp it. But I don't think that that's not to say that they ever could.
But it's still
And
fun.
It's
like Mario Party, Mario
Oh
Kart.
my gosh, yes.
It is still fun with anybody, even if they're not a gamer.
You can play
It
by
has a
yourself.
lot of characters. Yep. You play by yourself. You have a story mode. You have classic mode. You have a lot of things you can do by yourself too.
Yeah,
Unlike
tons
Mario Party.
of unlockables like trophies or spirits or whatever. Smash
Yep.
Brothers undoubtedly peak, and then the freaking esports side of things too. Like that's a whole nother world. I mean,
Yep.
it's crazy, dude. Yeah,
And still, it's a different kind of gameplay genre that inspired a lot more fighting games. Like
Yep.
Brawlhalla is a free one. Same with Multiverses,
yeah.
which I don't think people care that much about, but still, like a lot of fighters like that got inspired by Super Smash
lot of
Brothers.
platform fighters. Yeah,
Yep. I do think Ultimate, some things I could have done better, again, have have the characters interact with each other more. I don't care much for 3D trophies, but like a description of the characters would have been nice for the spirits, I guess, other than what game they were from.
yeah,
Um,
sure. Yeah,
Stuff like that.
It's definitely not perfect, but I think as a standalone game, if you're getting your kid a Switch, right?
You can't go wrong with Smash.
You gotta get him Smash Bros. For Christmas. He's
You
gonna
can't
open it
go
up
wrong
and
with
go,
it.
"Daddy, this is just what I wanted. It's Super Smash Bros. My favorite." Of course, it's your favorite. You
Yep.
haven't even played it yet, and it's
And-
already your favorite.
And
It's
it
just that
leads
good.
people to other franchises too. It has so many characters from other franchises. You could get introduced to other franchises, like Fire Emblem is like the main reason why it's popular now.
Yeah, got me interested in Fire Emblem.
And then Bayonetta
Violet.
DLC characters, like all the DLC characters
Joker.
are like
Persona.
such a huge deal that like Joker Persona 5. I got into after Joker was revealed for Persona 5. That was like my final straw. I'm like, okay, I gotta check out Persona
Yeah.
now.
100%, dude. I started getting into Persona because I saw Joker in Smash Bros. And I played him.
Right.
That's it.
The game known for like having the most iconic video game characters, and you don't recognize this character. Come on, bro. What are you doing?
There you go.
That's why you gotta work on it. It
Absolutely.
inspires people to explore other franchises. It has characters from franchises they already know about. Freaking Mario, easiest one in there. Pokemon. Yeah. So it has something for everybody, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. What about Splatoon?
Splatoon, great games, but kind of similar with Pokemon. I don't see any other like if you get Splatoon 3, why would you want Splatoon 1 and 2?
I don't like Splatoon.
That, and if you don't like the Splatoon gameplay, then this franchise also doesn't have much to offer you.
I'm kind of in the same boat there.
I think
Well,
it's an 8-year franchise, but
I mean, I played the story mode of Splatoon 3, and I've played Splatoon 2 and 3 multiplayer. It's just like for a multiplayer shooter, the gameplay isn't that unique. Like you get bored of it after either playing the story mode or playing a couple matches on multiplayer.
it is unique. But then it's kind of also the most of the game though, so you could get tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is thankfully why we have a story mode and Salmon Run they added, which are fun.
I won't say that I don't like the gameplay. It's more like I'm bored of it, and I haven't really played much of it.
Right. If Splatoon was like on every console, then I feel like it would not be as popular, honestly. I feel like people would rather just be playing Call of Duty
Yeah.
and other shooter games like that.
Exactly.
And Splatoon is just like a kid-friendly. It's the fact that it's a Nintendo game, only on Nintendo consoles, and it's still fun. I don't know. It could be B or A tier. B simply because of like it's basically all the same game to a certain extent.
Yeah. Me personally, like I'm like here. That's just me.
I do love the world. Like the world seems super cool. Like I do know it has like mangas and stuff from what I've seen. I love the style. They could do a lot with this franchise. I feel like other than just keep re-releasing it pretty much.
Yeah.
Just with a different story mode and different weapons.
What was Sony made a Splatoon like game?
Yeah, Foam Stars.
Yeah,
and that didn't do well.
That's been horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So Splatoon only has 3 games because it's on a Nintendo console.
right.
Yeah.
If it wasn't, it wouldn't sell.
If it wasn't an exclusive game, then yeah, I don't think it would do well.
Yeah, not even that it's just on a Nintendo console, but that it's a Nintendo game. Like
Also, was Foam Stars free or was it like $30? I can't remember.
I swear it costed something. I don't think
Right.
it was free.
Well, then Splatoon, all of them cost. Splatoon 2 costs at least $50 still.
Yeah.
Even though, why would you want to play that on the Switch when there's Splatoon 3 now? Other than, I guess, the DLC.
$60 though. So
Right. Because Nintendo tax, I guess you could say.
yeah.
I don't know. I think I love Splatoon. Splatoon's a fun game, but again, I don't play it nearly as much, and that, again, it isn't a crazy big franchise for more people to get into, so. And would not do well on other consoles, I would say, either.
no, not at all. Foam Stars proves that actually.
Pretty much.
Okay, what about Star Fox? What do we think on Star Fox? Personally,
Honestly,
I don't know. But if you guys know,
I have played one Star Fox game, and it's Star Fox 64, of course. But I have heard the Wii U game that they released is buns, and it sucks.
Yeah, I had that one.
I think we should just throw it in D and call it a day.
I hate to do that, though, because it's a good franchise.
it's so awful, but yeah,
It's just-
like
The most recent game they made is kind of garbage, and they haven't really made a game since that. I have the SNES Classic, and that comes with Star Fox 2, which they never released before. Well, I guess you can now play on the Switch online. Um, the games are good. I never played the GameCube game, which are like a 3D action games. I think, if I remember correctly. I don't know how good those were. I don't think it's at D tier
I
series.
think
I
it's
think it's in the same
yeah.
like thing as F-Zero right now, where it had good games, but then now like because of Nintendo, it's just like not they're not doing anything with it.
I'd rather play F-Zero than Star Fox.
I feel like Star Fox just has one bad game, and that's the Wii U one. I don't think it deserves to be in D tier because of
I
that
do
one bad
not
game.
like the other Star Fox games.
Okay.
SNES, 64, none of them. I just don't like them.
I don't know. It defined like the flying genre of video games.
Yeah, it's not for me. Not for me personally.
Okay. I don't think it deserves D tier, at least C
Well,
tier.
we'll
But
just we'll give it the bottom of C. Come on, let's give it the
yeah,
benefit
yeah,
of the
yeah.
doubt, guys.
We
There's
need to
one
have something in
franchise.
D tier, guys.
I know there is something I want in D tier for sure. Forget to it.
Okay.
Okay, is it
So
the legendary Starfy?
I have no clue what this is.
I don't know either, dude.
I know who Starfy is, but I think they only have like 2 games I've seen on like the Game Boy or something.
Yeah, I know nothing about
I have
this.
no. Let me look it up. I feel like it's like a Kirby type game. I don't know for sure though. Let me make sure.
Boyo Evan, do you know anything about the legendary Starfy?
I know the character, but I don't know the gameplay at all. I don't think.
I believe Starfy came from Kirby,
Wouldn't
but
that be part of the Kirby
don't
franchise
quote me on
though?
that.
Maybe like a spin-off?
I don't know if it's a spin-off, but I think like Starfy existed in Kirby and then he had his own game or something like that.
Starfy.
The legendary Starfy isn't too legendary if we don't know who he is.
No,
Yeah,
not at
no,
all.
not really.
Okay, my computer's running slow. because
Classic!
it's- So let me look it up on the phone. Starfy.
Okay, while Boyo
It's a
J's...
DS game.
Oh, it's a DS game? Okay.
Yeah, it's a platformer DS game. I think it's just one game.
Lame! We don't know what that is. Sorry if there's any legendary Starfy fans. We don't know what that is. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's only that one game it has.
Well, I guess let's move on then to WarioWare.
Oh, wait.
What?
Okay, so it had Starfy Game Boy Advance in Japan, Starfy 2 in Japan, Starfy 3 in Japan, Starfy 4 in Japan, and Legendary Starfy, which is the only one we got in America on the DS. So it had 4 games before it.
But they
It
were
was
all
only
in
in Japan.
That's
Yeah.
why we don't know what it is. Okay.
Okay. WarioWare.
Now, okay,
What?
I will say I haven't played WarioWare, but I've watched someone play WarioWare, and it looks fun. I just haven't got
Yeah.
the chance to play it. So
It's like fun minigames. It's kind of in the same place as Mario Party. I'm not sure if there's much of a reason for you to play them by yourself as much. I do know like the one on DS is like really good. I mean, I think you have to play that one by yourself too.
yeah,
It's just like really short mini games that are fun, but like I don't think you're gonna be playing it for more than an hour or maybe
Yeah.
even 30 minutes.
I'm not a
Um,
huge fan of WarioWare. I finished WarioWare Advance, it might be the first one. It's a single player game too, I
Right.
believe.
yeah,
It's just not that fun in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of mini games, and a lot of them you might be able to just play online on a website easily.
Yeah.
I know a lot of like the ones on DS like took advantage of the mic and maybe even your camera and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And,
WarioWare
the one on Switch
Snap
used like the
and-
Joy Cons, and the Wii especially. I think the Wii one on the Wii is like the most popular one, I believe.
WarioWare.
Definitely fun, but
yeah.
I don't think it's up there with even Pikmin or
No,
Splatoon.
I think it kind of belongs in C, and I think I'm kind of feeling putting it like
Right.
there. Yeah.
I will say, what's not on this list are the Wario games in general.
Where is
Like-
Oh,
Wario
yeah.
Land? Because I love Wario Land, and I'm
Unless
offended that it's
they-
not here.
Wario Land, like all the Wario Land games.
Unless they're included with WarioWare.
No,
I
they're
don't know.
definitely not.
No, because
If anything, they're
yeah,
included with Super Mario.
yeah, which just makes it more peak, right? But like
I guess
Wario Land Shake It is one of my favorite games. I don't care what anybody says. That
that's
game's
the
so
one
fun.
on the Wii.
Yes, that game was fun. Love that game. Okay, moving on. I think WarioWare's good there. Just
Xenoblade.
gonna be flat out honest. I don't know anything about Xenoblade Chronicles, so it's up to you guys. Because I know
I
you guys
have
probably do. I don't.
I have all three of them and Xenoblade X on the Wii U. But the only one I played the most is Xenoblade 2, and I played that one for only like an hour.
Yeah, same. I wonder.
uh,
I played the same.
I really want to play more of it. It's just like the fact it's on the Switch. I have other games on a
I will play it
better
when the
running
Switch 2
consoles.
comes
I'd rather
out
play.
and it runs at 60 FPS and it's 1080p and it's not stuck at 720 30 FPS.
Yep.
Please.
The Xenoblade games and Tears of the Kingdom, I both have, but I don't really want to play them right now because of the console it's on. I'd rather wait until the Switch 2 because I'm focusing on other games on my PS5 or my PC, which
Going
run way
from
better.
going from a 4K 60 FPS 1080p like console down to the 30 FPS 720p
Yeah,
Switch is
it's
whiplash,
really
It's
bro.
yeah.
rough.
I can't do it.
As much I really want to play more Xenoblade and stuff like that. It's just like I can't right now, and I'm able to. I could right now if I wanted to. It's just like I
Same.
don't want to get into it when I have games I'd rather be playing because they run better right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
So
But
here's my suggestion. Take it or
there
leave
are
it.
exceptions though.
I think we put it in. I don't know, just because we're all at a neutral point
yeah,
with it.
I do know it's a great franchise. I'm having fun with what I've played so far. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, again, I haven't finished them all. I do know it's at least like an A-tier franchise probably. But again, none of us have probably. It's just on general consensus that
Yeah.
Xenoblade Chronicles are good
Yeah.
games. Uh, but like again, I haven't played it nearly as much as even Fire Emblem. So
Yeah. For the sake of it, I think we just put it there, just because we don't know. I
yep,
mean, like, I agree it
we
probably
do know
is
they're
up
good.
there, but like, yeah, I don't know.
We know it's
Yeah.
good,
So
but we just
listen,
haven't played.
guys, listen while we're saying this. Okay, we just don't know. Um. Okay, what about Yoshi? What about the Yoshis as a
B.
franchise? You said
They're
B.
fun platformers. You know, they're not bad. I
I think
love
there's
Yoshi's
way
Woolly
better
World.
platformers. Way
There's
better options.
yeah, but
Yoshi's Woolly
I
World
don't hate
probably
the
my favorite.
Yoshi games. Yeah, they're fun.
I haven't played the. I have the new one on the Switch, but I haven't played it as much because it's like, this game is very simple. It's a
Yeah,
fine platformer, but like, I'd rather be playing Super Mario, New Super Mario Brothers,
yeah,
even.
exactly. Because it's so peak.
Yes, yeah, good games.
Yeah.
Not bad at all, but there's
Okay.
better.
Okay. Now,
Peak.
I agree. I guess we don't have to discuss it any further. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Whoa,
one of
whoa,
my
whoa,
like.
whoa, whoa.
Okay. Zelda's peak. Zelda's peak. We all know this. Okay.
Let's try and think of bad Zelda games right now, other than the CDI games, if you want to count them.
I can't think of any bad Zelda games.
Maybe Link's Crossbow Training, if you count that as a whole game. But
I can think of one.
What is it?
okay,
Uh, I'm not the biggest fan of Tears of the Kingdom.
really?
100%.
Why?
Because
All right.
Because-
Well.
I think it's too similar to Breath of the Wild.
I think that was you could say about a lot of games in Zelda franchise. Majora's Mask,
But
too similar to Ocarina of Time.
no, absolutely not.
Okay. Okay. Why are we arguing
Has
on
the
this?
past and future mechanic, while Majora's Mask has a day system.
I think
Yeah,
I don't think
so
Tears of the
different.
Kingdom is that. I guess it's on the same world pretty much, but I'm fine with that personally because not only is it a huge world, but they still add an entire underground area with some stuff to do in the sky, and they change up a lot of locations. You know, because it's after the apocalypse kind of now, so there's a lot more towns and stuff going on. I love all the new mechanics right now, like the whole crafting, the whole make your own machines mechanic is really good. It really
Maybe
lets you.
maybe that's where we differ.
And I think
hate
it's.
that new mechanic. I hate Ultra Hand.
I think.
Absolutely despise Ultra Hand.
Oh really? I don't know. I feel like Tears of the Kingdom adds so much new stuff while it's still being like very similar to Breath of the Wild, but yet it's still like different enough for me to even like it doesn't get rid of Breath of the Wild for me. Like I still be down to play Breath of the Wild sometimes, even with Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom feels like an even better version of Breath of the Wild, yet there's still enough differences for me to play both of them separately. I don't know. Okay, ignoring just Tears of the Kingdom as a whole, that's not the only game in this franchise.
I know.
You
Like,
have Link to the
I
Past.
want to chime in. I want to keep talking about Tears of the Kingdom for
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit. Well, okay. I'll also talk about Breath of the Wild because that's also in the series. I can talk about that, right?
Yeah.
I will say, I do think Tears of the Kingdom is very, very similar to Breath of the Wild, except for I just don't like the new powers Link has. Like, I prefer having bombs,
Yeah.
magnetic powers, and
Yeah,
stasis
I can
rather
see that.
than being able to reverse time for like one object in the game, which is falling rocks. Not really any use for any other object in the game, um, except for like the puzzles. Uh, Ultra Hand, I think, is stupid because the batteries that Link has to offer don't do anything with some of the
Well,
creations you make. So that's a thing that happens.
you could upgrade them.
I know you can upgrade them, and you can attach batteries that have their own power, but that's
Hmm.
still like not enough.
That is
Uh,
true.
and then
It could be like a grind just to like make full use of them. Uh, but either way, it is still Breath of the Wild, and Breath of the Wild is still an amazing game, pretty much, except with all this other different stuff to offer you.
Hmm.
I will
Uh,
say, use is really fun to use.
so do you think it's a bad game?
Do I think Tears of the Kingdom is a bad game?
Yeah.
If we're comparing it to Breath of the Wild, absolutely. If we're
No,
not,
no, no, no,
it's a
no,
mediocre
no.
game.
Mediocre. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Okay, arms.
D tier.
Yeah.
D2,
Okay, this is not even a franchise. This is one game,
one game.
And it's
and this one game.
arms. And it's arms. Come
I
on
feel like
now.
Arms could have been a lot better if they, because this could have been the new Punch Out, really, if they wanted it to, but they just didn't do crazy
They did it.
enough
They
of it.
did. Yeah. No, it's just like this is the arms. There's a reason arms is down here and punch out is up here. There's
Right.
many reasons.
It especially ticks me off. They were hyping it up, like for Smash Bros. 2, like, oh my gosh, the next character is
Oh
going
my
to be from
gosh,
Arms, and like, oh, it's not going to be one of the characters on the main cover. Like, okay, so you're going to not only include a character from this one niche franchise that not a lot of people really like that much,
Yeah.
but it's also going to be like a side character in that. So like,
My favorite character is Min Min.
right,
Said
okay,
nobody ever.
Ever.
No, I'm just kidding.
right.
Nobody
Min Min is
ever
from a
said that.
game with not. Is there a story to Arms? Is there a concrete
Yeah.
story in Arms?
There is.
I guess. But do you like
It's-
get to see the
It's a
characters talk,
tournament.
or
It's a tournament.
is this a tournament?
They just want to win money.
Yeah, I don't
Of
know.
course.
Arms is not a bad game, but a franchise as a whole,
Yeah.
and the game itself even,
As
it's
a
just
Well, there's
Franchise,
no the lack of franchise.
the game is just mid compared to many others, and then the franchise as a whole is just that one game. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It is definitely a D tier for me.
I'd rather
so.
play Advance Wars.
Yeah, Advance Wars seems like a good game. I hear Advance Wars is a good franchise. So
Okay. Well.
To be honest, I would not rather play Bayonetta
okay,
than Arms. That's it. I just want to say.
Okay. Okay. Well. I we usually look at the community ranks, but I think we've been here for a while, so
We also didn't talk about Zelda enough.
yeah.
no,
I
you didn't.
think
There's a lot of games we could have talked about. Instead, we chose to talk about Star Fox and WarioWare longer.
Yeah. But hey, I think we're good. I think it's a great tier list. If you guys think that we got anything severely wrong, you're probably wrong. But let us know in the comments. And
Star Fox.
yeah, let's keep everything nice down there. So
It's okay if you yell at me, guys. Guys, it's
Yeah.
okay if you yell at me. My opinions are always bad. I know.
Yeah, Evan won't get to see the comments as much as us too. So.
What?
all right, that's good. Yeah, make
Why?
sure.
Well, do you have access to the account?
Like he means yeah. Anyways, that aside, what did they do, guys? What do the viewers need to do?
Like and scribe.
There you
I
go.
think they do need to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, because you get quality, daily, most of the time videos on the Boyos channel.
Most of the time, yes.
Because her saying that is like a little asterisk, you know?
Yeah, unless if somebody goes on vacation for a week.
Exactly. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
and subscribe. Peace out, everyone. Have a good one.